to them. All right. So we also are streaming the class on YouTube. So they mainly just see like this section though. So don't worry about, they won't see your faces.
Good.
You might see your toes, Brad. All right. Let me know when we're ready, Brian.
We're ready.
We're ready. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Happy full moon to everybody. So you probably saw our beautiful moon out last night already. She was huge. Tonight, probably even bigger. So we're here in the Hill Country in Texas, streaming, and we have a nice community here in person with us as well. So super excited always to gather and to honor the moon cycles as they come in, and really just to provide a space for everybody to honor your stuff right now, honor what's coming up for you right now, and where your head is, where your heart is, and know that there's an ebb and a flow to it, just as moon cycles are. Sometimes we're like on it and sometimes it kicks our butts. So that's just the natural rhythm of it though. So with this particular moon cycle, I love to follow the Vedic sciences, like Ayurveda, Jyotish, yoga is in that realm as well. So we look at the Vedic alignments for the planets, and then they break down into signs, as well as what we call nakshatras, and those are infinitely deep wells to help us see where the planets align and what the energies of them are. And so with our moon nakshatra tonight, it's a really sweet one. It's this very intentional energy of allowing ourselves to experience our inward selves, of allowing that pull or that curiosity of like who we are and what we're feeling and what we're connected to come forward and to befriend that. And it's a really simple idea, and sometimes it can be really challenging at the same time. But we carry with that the idea that we do know ourselves, and that there's this intention that I love to work with in trainings, where we invite all of the students to carry with them the mantra or the idea of everything and everyone is the teacher, or the guru. The guru is a teacher. Everything and everyone is the teacher. So that means we are the teacher. All of our experiences become the teacher, and everyone around us becomes our teacher as well. And it's this beautiful way to experience that inward reflection of seeing that in ourselves and then seeing that all around us at the same time. So our intention for the movement, we'll do a little bit of movement. It's optional. If you came for Shavasana, that's okay. You can take Shavasana whenever you're ready. Just lay down wherever you are. But the intention for a little bit of movement, a little bit of breath, is just to prepare us to then experience the sound that we have to offer tonight as well. And you know, in my personal experience, as well as teaching and offering this style, the gongs really allow us this unique place to go inward. If you've ever done a sensory deprivation float tank, has anyone ever done that? Yeah, it's a really wild experience where your senses do turn off at a certain point. Similarly, Gong has that capability to turn off the senses. And when we look at the wheel of the yogic, the limbs of yoga, so non-linear path to yoga, one of the limbs is a limb called pratyahara, and it's this act of turning inward, of releasing the senses, releasing the distractions to go inward. Similarly, if you've ever had a noisy meditation, and you really have to concentrate to go inward, like your dog's, chewing a bone in your meditation. Or I used to meditate in like a house with a bunch of roommates, and it became this very interesting period of time of like deep meditation because there were so many distractions. And then as soon as the distractions were gone, when I had moved, it actually became harder because it was really quiet. So it's these ever-evolving practices with that invitation to go inward, to let the senses soften, dissolve, dissipate, and hopefully you'll hear that with the sound tonight as well, to really let that just, be with you as it's needed this evening. So, okay. Tonight we have the symphonic gong here. I don't know if we've brought this one in a while, but symphonic gong is here. This is my oldest friend in the gong family, so we're really good friends. And then we have the earth gong and the sun gong tonight as well. And so when we come to the portion of the gongs, Brian will come up as well, and we'll play together and just provide space for everyone. Yes. And I always like to remind everyone who's joining from home or wherever you're joining from, when we get to the portion with the sound, it is nice to have headphones with you and maybe your volume about halfway. But take care of yourself if going lower feels more appropriate, or turning up the volume a little higher feels appropriate. Just take care of yourself in that space. Okay, so we're going to start. Let's see. We're going to start with I'm going to give two options here. So let's either come to child's pose, which is take your blanket with you for child's pose. So there are going to be two very different options, but one option, blanket under the knees with the knees splayed and the big toes touching, and then we forward fold here, and you can just rest your head down. That's one option. Second option is to lay flat on your back. So either one. Maybe you come into child's pose, or you come into an early shavasana to start the movement portion. Okay, so, and note also in your child's pose, your knees can splay wide, or if you want to support your belly and you haven't eaten recently, you can let your knees come closer to each other and then let the belly rest. Placing the forehead down on the earth or even on a blanket. Okay, now we won't stay here for a very long time, but do let yourself be comfortable. And if at any point you want to change the pose or come out of it, please do take care of yourself. So in this shape, we begin this intention for the inward focus. Forward folding quite literally takes the body inward. So as you invite that intention inward, your attention inward, notice what's here with you today. Notice your physical body. Notice your heart, your emotions. Notice your mind and any thoughts that are floating around. And as you just take that inventory of everything that's with you, allow those to settle as if you were a witness to your body on your mat right now. The thoughts, the heart space, and your emotions are just something that's with you, but you can allow them to settle as you start to become present. If you're comfortable where you are, stay there, or invitation here to stretch your arms long, the length of the mat out in front of you. And maybe walk your hands to one edge of the mat. So letting them come either to both to the right side of the mat or the left. And then switching sides there, walking your hands to the opposite side of the mat and stretching into the side body. And then slowly come back through neutral as you reach your arms forward. Take one deep inhalation here. And a deep exhale to let it go, release. Start to slowly make your way up to a tabletop position. So that's hands and knees. And we already have the blanket underneath the knees for some extra support there. So take your time to get there. And as you arrive, maybe you swish your hips right and left, or stretch out a leg one at a time towards the back of the mat, just to kind of sink your body into the shape. And then coming to a neutral tabletop here. Let's let the toes curl under or flatten the feet, either one. See which one feels better for your feet, your toes. And that just takes a little pressure off of your knees as well to let the feet ground to the mat. All right, let's take one leg back behind you. So we're just gonna reach the leg back. Create a long line from here, be mindful of your neighbors, from the tip of your toes through the length of the body and out past the crown of your head. Long line here. Invite a deep breath in as you lengthen. And then bring your knee to your chest and round into the back of your body. Extend that leg back as you inhale. And bring it in, exhale. One more, just like this. In breath to extend. And exhale to round. Extend your leg one more time back with a hold. And either stay here or invite your elbows to bend so that you hover down towards the mat. Lengthen the arms back up. And return to neutral tabletop. We'll extend the opposite leg. So same movements here. Next, exhale, you round. Inhale, extend the leg long. Big exhale to round and breathe into the back of the body. And one more, lengthen, elongate, create some space. And then let it go, release. Optional here to lengthen the leg back behind you and maybe hovering down towards the earth. Extend the arms back to upright, back to neutral, and we'll release. Back to tabletop. Now from here, let's just find some movement in the spine. So that can be circles, that can be cat and cow, so that's lengthening and then rounding. Just take a few moments here to explore and to find some movement that works for your body today. Maybe it's a roll of your shoulders, or just working with whatever you brought with you today. Okay. Now from here, let's walk the hands towards the knees so that we can come to a kneeling posture. We're gonna go pretty gentle tonight, but from your kneeling posture, we'll take one leg in front of you, so it automatically becomes a lunge. A very easy way to get into lunging posture. So let that foot in front of you spread, so the toes are gonna spread, and then we can root that foot down. Now you can stay high in your lunge, or you can sink lower in your lunge if you'd like to. But from here, we'll take the arms up overhead. So we create some long lines here from the tip of the fingers through the body and to the back leg. Beautiful. So reaching arms up. Let's let the elbows bend here to open. Reach and lengthen up. And open with the elbows. And one more here. Reach and extend. And open, release. Let the collarbones broaden. Let the shoulders relax. Beautiful. Reach one more time up. And then from here, we'll come down to frame the front foot. All right. Let your hand that's on the inside of your foot ground to the mat. So it can either be palm down or you can go fist down. We'll take the opposite hand to the top of the knee and extend first, and then we just find a twist. See if anything pops when you get there. You can stay here or extend the arm up to stack your shoulders. Remember, back foot is plugged in, creating some foundation and stability for the pose. Beautiful. One more breath here. And release, relax, let it go. From here, we're gonna come back through tabletop, walk the hands, and then we come through kneeling posture again. Okay, other side. So we take the opposite foot forward. See how this side feels. Might feel totally different than the first side, depending on any asymmetries or dominant sides you have in your body. So make adjustments, ground the front foot, and then we reach up. Steady your foundation here with back foot, knee, front foot strong. Next, exhale, open up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Last one here. Reach and create space. Take that with you to open. Staying there for one more breath. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into the belly. Lengthen, extend up. And then we come down to frame the front foot. Hand on the inside grounds down as the opposite hand comes to the top of the knee. Use that hand to ground, to extend the spine, and then twist. My back just popped. Anyone else's? Yes. Maybe that top arm extends up, or it can stay grounded on the knee. Strong with your breath. These twists can be cooling somewhat for the body. So inviting that in. And then release it down, let it go. We'll come back through neutral tabletop. And then just neutralizing the spine here. So a little bit of movement to let it go, to come back through neutral. And we have one more set of, I'll say, shapes to come into to continue this journey inward. So I'm going to take my blanket out to the side just to create a little space for myself. And then we'll come all the way down onto the belly. So just slowly lowering down. That can be from knees down or from plank pose. Okay. Now as you get here, we're nice and close. We're going to take the forearms and slide them to the top of the mat. So the elbows are below shoulders. See how this feels for your body? If it feels like too much on your back, try widening your feet away from each other, so outer mats width apart, or widening your elbows to come a little lower. Okay. From this shape, whatever version feels good, feel the connection of your belly with the earth. Breathe into that point. In the Vedic sciences and Ayurveda, we have what we call marma points. So there are points within the body that carry energies and connection, a lot of connection. And one of the marmas we work with very favorably is the belly button, because there are a lot of connections. It's the root of when we arrive in the womb. It carries a lot of nerve ending and a lot of connection for the energetics of the body. So feeling that point on the earth. From here, we'll take one of your forearms and cross that towards the short edge of your mat, so parallel. And then we're just gonna stack the body here. So slowly roll to your side. Just be mindful of your neighbors. And you can zigzag your feet here so they're not aligned, or you can stack them so where they are aligned. Yeah, if any of those props are in your way, just move them out of the way. Yeah. Feels okay? Okay. So here we're just opening into the lateral side body, the ribs, the lungs, allowing the breath to come with ease. You can find a strong flex to your feet as you're right here. And allow the pose to be a little bit energized. So you can stay right where you are, or take your top knee, bend that knee so the sole of the foot has a space to rest behind you. Yep, so you kind of create a figure 4. And you can stay right there, or you can start to lift the chest, lift the shoulders. Yeah, so you kind of come out of the pose to lift and lengthen. And stay there, or you press into that back foot, letting your hips slightly hover up off of the earth. There you go, Brad, you got it. Good. All right, lift and lengthen. Top arm might raise up. Slowly let it go, relax back down. We come back through neutral on the belly briefly. Both forearms. Allow the spine to neutralize here. So you may even feel a difference now, right and left. One side feels a bit longer or warmer than the other side. So we'll work to neutralize now. Opposite forearm comes across the mat and we stack onto that side. And again, play with what feels good to you tonight. So staying here, maybe zigzagging the feet or stacking them. Breathing into that lateral side body. And staying right here, or we take the option to let the back foot float behind to ground. And let that become a foundation to then lift the chest, lengthen through the collarbones. Feel broad through your breathing. And stay there, or float the hips. Maybe top arm lifts. Take one more breath where you are. And let it release, let it go. Come all the way back, down through the belly one more time to neutralize, to soften. Let the collarbones broaden. And then let's let the elbows splay out to the side so your forehead can come down to the earth as well. The forehead is another marma point. The third eye point is a marma. So we can rest that space in this shape, in this pose. Maybe take a bend of your knees and use that to just let the knees splay right and left. So kind of windshield wiper the legs, relaxing the low back. And from here, we'll slowly start to bring the palms below the shoulders. Use that to lift your body. We're gonna come all the way back through neutral. Maybe take a child's pose if it's calling to you there, or come back to upright. And we'll start to set up here for our next shape, which will be our extended Shavasana, so extended relaxation pose. So I love to recommend that everybody has maybe a blanket and a bolster or a pillow. So a lumbar pillow works great if you're at home. And you can take the blanket as a head support. So it can be something super simple, think about the length of your neck, so 6-7 inches, something like that. So you would take your blanket and fold that same length. So you're really just creating a support for the back of your neck, for the cervical spine. So just one fold, and then fold side down on the mat. So now you have a support for your neck and your head as well. There you go, exactly, Suzanne. And then bolster can go underneath your knees. If you don't have a bolster at home, take a pillow that you sleep with every night and use that underneath your knees. You can also rest your legs up on a couch or a chair. That's also a great shavasana as well. So take some time to settle into that shape. That looks so relaxing. Beautiful, Brad. So as we invite this pose into the practice, just feel into what might be subtle effects of the movement that we did. So notice your breathing, the length of your spine, the front of your body, and the back of your body. Invite your next inhale to fill your whole body, letting your belly expand as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, let your body feel heavy and held by the earth. Inhale to expand, to take up space. And exhale to let it go, to feel heavy through the back of the body and to feel held. And together we inhale, full body, letting the belly breathe, feeling your breath into the sides of your waist and the back of your lungs. And then let it go, soften, release. And allow yourself to feel held right where you are. Allowing yourself to tune in, maybe tune out. Feeling the softness all around you. And allowing yourself the space to simply be here, right where you are. next few moments, please invite your attention back to your body and notice the rhythm of your body as you breathe. Feeling into the ebb and the flow of the rhythm of your breath. Feeling into that rhythm as a part of you. The rhythm of your breath, of how your body breathes. When you feel ready to release, start with some gentle movement, maybe stretching your fingers or wiggling your toes. Take a moment here to press your low back down towards your mat, towards the earth, and then invite your knees to come to your chest. You can hug your knees in for a moment. And whenever you're ready, slowly start to roll to your side body. And you can move slowly here, let your eyes stay soft. Take your time as you return. And from here, as you're ready, slowly start to make your way back to upright, into seated posture, into that seated pose that we began the practice in. And as you come back to upright, please allow your eyes to remain soft. Allow your body to stay in this state of stillness for just a few moments longer. Take a moment to observe how you feel and what you feel, maybe where you feel it. Observing what feels different or what has shifted, and then that underlying rhythm of what stayed the same, what held you in your practice tonight. I will invite us to close with a Hasta Mudra. It's optional, but if you'd like to take the mudra for tonight, we'll connect the pointer finger, the tip of the pointer finger, and the tip of the thumb together. So here we have the mudra, and for this one we actually are going to interlace the fingers to create kind of like an infinity symbol. And that mudra can come to the heart center, just hovering in front of your heart. And as you feel into that sensation of the tips of your fingers touching and holding into that shape as well, you may feel points of openness where your fingers don't touch, and then maybe they bump into each other occasionally as well. Holding that steadiness of the mudra. This is the mudra of the guru, of the teacher, of that which connects us to higher power and ultimately to our inner selves. We greet our inner selves, that inward version of us that maybe only comes out when others aren't around, that inward lunar quality that reminds us who we are, what we feel, how deeply we feel it. And as we connect within, allowing the sensory, even distraction, to slowly soften and to melt away, we can remember, we can be reminded of who we are, our desires in our lifetime, of what we love and what we feel called to do while we're here. into that inward journey of the teacher, we offer gratitude. If you found the Hasta Mudra, take a moment to stretch your fingers away from each other and place your hands anywhere on your body that feel comfortable. So maybe the palms on the heart or the palms together. And in that space of gratitude, we say thank you to the practice and to the journey and the path itself, to all of our teachers, our ancestors, and our guides, allowing the path to illuminate for us. And we give gratitude to that inner self and to those around us. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Beautiful. Take a moment here to blink your eyes open, to come back into this space slowly. No rush. Take care of yourselves this evening as you return from your practice. Have some room temp or even cool water this evening to allow that vibration to move through you. And allow yourself to keep good company, and whatever you invite it in with some sweetness. Thank you all for tuning in wherever you joined from, whether you're with us in person or you're joining through the ethers and the internet. We hope we'll see you again. Thank you. All right, and we can offer salutations to each other as well. Namaste, namaste. Thank you each for being here. Namaste, namaste. Beautiful.